bryr sig då, vi kämpar på, får resultat, ett värdigt slut. Och somna in, försvinna bort och aldrig vakna för kriget en man, för göra en man.
So how was your weekend?
The weekend was great. We had 3 shows in 3 days, the most intense shows of the whole tour. And they all turned out great. It was a fantastic ending.
You were here in Montreal?
Yeah, Montreal was super, possibly the best show of the tour, I would assume. The audience was amazing, and everything was working out pretty good for us. So I did enjoy it a lot, and so did we all.
How does it feel to, in America especially, finally playing these amazing, like, big venues now?
No, it is good. I mean, we've been waiting to play arenas for quite some time.
Yeah.
We're always some steps behind in America compared to where we are in Europe, and of course that limits the possibilities of what we can do on the stage. But it was great to play in an arena in Canada, and seeing the response of the people was great. And I mean, as myself and person that I am, I love to play in smaller places. If that was economically sustainable for a lifetime career, I would love to stay in that, because I think that to play for 1,500 people is the best experience. But a band cannot stay and play for 1,500 people for 40 years, which we need to do if we don't want to do something else in the rest of our lives.
You've already been like a very ambitious person, like your role within the band, and also like from the get-go, I feel like you had big plans for Sabaton.
Yes, of course. I do make all the plans and I do make all the stuff because in the end, I love to be on the stage and play. So all that work that I put in outside of the stage is simply to be able to be on the stage.
Yeah.
And I want to be there as long as possible. And for that to happen, I need to think, in a sustainable way for the band. That is, we need to grow. We need to play. We need to be playing bigger shows and constantly find new fans. It is even if we don't like to think that way, and I have some bands that I love a lot, and I stay true to them and follow them and listen to them. But I am also aware that a lot of our fans drop out. It doesn't matter that it's us or another band, but fans do find other things to do in life than follow a band. There is no doubt about it. We will lose fans. All bands do. And the only way to balance that up is to find new fans.
Yeah, well, that seems to be working.
It is working extremely well for us because we are out touring and putting out new music and stuff. So we're on a super good position, and I think that right now the band is very healthy, and I think that we are in the place where we're supposed to be. We're doing what we're supposed to do, and it's working.
It's definitely working, and you must have some pleasure in proving people wrong that said that your band would maybe never, especially in America, maybe never break out that big.
Of course, I mean, it's not like I enjoy that I don't know, sadistic thought of that, but I do enjoy a little bit proving people wrong. Yes. And that is a story of my life. I think that I do want to, I like to be an underdog. I don't like to have anything simple. I don't like to have anything given to me. I don't like that we have an overnight success. I don't like that we have a number one hit without working for it, And so if somebody come and say, "Oh, congratulations, we just made your song #1 on every chart in the world," I'd be like, so thank you, that's great, well done, I guess. But I like more that we work, and that in the end, that somebody comes and say, "Your song is #1." Yes, we did it, and that's the feeling that I like. That's why the band is growing organically. We are not dependent on some hit on something or a viral success on internet or a radio campaign or something. Sabaton has always been independent of the whole industry. We do things our way, and it's not part of the industry. Sometimes the industry hates us. Sometimes the industry working against us most of the time.
Yeah, you feel like that sometimes?
Of course. Sabaton is definitely not the band who is talking ourselves into getting stuff done. There are many bands and many artists and many managements who spend more time talking than playing. And we have never been that band. So we come from a little town where there is no industry. And if we wanted to do it the way that many do, we needed to move to the capital of Sweden, Stockholm, and hang out in the right parties and be at the right time and seize the opportunities, talk to the right people. We never did. We never did that at all. We never showed up at the awards things or that. So we even though Sabaton is by far the biggest rock band in Sweden, we never been awarded for most of the awards. We never been nominated even. So we stand outside of the music industry and we don't need it. And we still sell more tickets and we stream more and we sell more physical records than any other bands. It's kind of like that. I mean, that's why we could do 50 cities and sell out 50 cities in Sweden. And other bands, they win the awards, but they don't sell tickets or they don't have the fans. We didn't need the industry. We didn't need the right people, so to say, to push us to the next level. We did it ourselves. And I'm strongly happy about it.
Like you say, the success that you're having feels like, you've worked hard for it and you've earned it, and it must feel even better in the long run.
In the long run, it's much better. That's why we are so happy to be in the band Sabaton, all of us. So it's because we feel that all the steps were taken by us. Nothing was given to us.
Have you always been that kind of person that's been like focused and worked hard even as a kid?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I don't know if I remember too much from my childhood, but I do remember a lot that whatever I wanted to do and whatever I went into, I tried to do it as much as possible. It's not necessarily that I needed to compete in it. Maybe I just compete with myself or with the thing itself. But if I was building a tree house, I wanted to build a so big tree house that the tree would allow. If I was building Lego, then I would use all the bricks that was allowing me to build. Whatever I wanted to do it to the max. And that is why I never pursued anything else in my life. The band is everything, because I know myself pretty well, that if I would have a secondary, if I would think that, maybe I want to do on the side, I want to do, I don't know, something on the side, then I know I wouldn't be able to just let it be. I would try to focus and make that as good as possible and as big as possible. And that would take focus from the band. That is why I've been 100% for the band for half my life now.
When you say 100%, I can't think of many musicians that give quite as much effort into their project as you do. Like, you have so many roles within the band and it all seems like super focused. So like, respect for you for everything that you do for your band. It's pretty amazing.
There are many artists who put their soul into the band and put themselves on the record, so to say. I can't say that I do the same thing as some of the artists where they take take a piece of their heart and record it. I take pieces of other people's hearts and stories, and we write stories about that. But we are, of course, very passionate about the music that we do and the band that we do.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about how the new songs are working in the set. Do you struggle to fit them in, or how do you work out where they're going to go in the set to work?
I think we always struggle with the set list. It's luckily funny. It's one of the let's say hardest discussions we ever have in the band. I think it's pretty funny, and I think it also represents that we are in a very good spirit within the band. But it is tough to fit in the new songs, not because they are bad or whatever. It's because every album we release is just getting up higher, and fans want to hear new songs. So that is the best feeling. And reviewing an album like the latest one, a few months now, many months after the release, I review it and I see, let's say facts. I have different facts. I have the facts that I see and hear with my own eyes and ears when we stand on the stage and we play the new songs for the people. And I also have all the statistics from what people actually listen to and what people write and talk about. So that's the good thing of living in 2022. Because even if people talk about, they say, oh, we don't like that song or we don't like that song, we can still see that people are listening. So we all know that some people lie and they like to tell stories, whatever, and say that I don't really like that song, but they still listen to it. So we can call the bluff, so to say, on fans, and we know what they like, even if they say that they don't like a song. And in the end, we puzzle all those things together, and that is what makes me so happy, because when all those things come together and pointing towards that our latest album is our best album, then I feel very confident, that we are still capable after 20 years in our career to create the strongest album so far. We've done 10 albums, and the latest one points towards it being the strongest one. And we love to include new songs in the set, but it's getting really tough. I mean, we do have a lot of songs which many people would call like evergreens or top songs of Sabaton and these kind of songs that you can't play a show without you playing that song. And when I look at all of that, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of the songs that we cannot play a show without playing. And yes, at some point we need to do the other thing that is a good saying, that is kill your darlings, and play shows without playing some songs that people expect us to play. And it is it is not a good feeling; it's a great feeling to know that we can step away from the safety of playing old stuff and playing new stuff. So I'm super happy of what we are and what we do, and of the songs that we are currently creating. And we recently released a single called Father that people were a little bit like split in two, like what's gonna happen with this? Will it be doing well or not? And this. And to see that it's performing extremely well, it's like great, fantastic feeling. We got another song that we must fit into our set list in the future, and that means we must check out one of the songs that we must play every night. So I do believe that we are on the right track, and we got a lot of more aces up our sleeves. And when it comes to songs, I mean, as I said, we released an album, The War to End All Wars, and we are still touring on that. And these are the brand new songs. We're gonna, bring back some of the songs that we didn't play on the shows. I mean, there were some songs that we didn't play in Montreal, which I think we're gonna bring into the set list for the next trip. But But also now we put out Father, and it's not the last. I mean, we just announced we're gonna release 3 EPs. Father was the lead single of the first EP, so we got some more stuff coming in the coming months, and I'm very excited about to see how the fans will take on those songs as well, because it is one of the most exciting and fun things that we ever do. That is release new music, and to see how it works, what people say about it, and what people actually do about it. That's great. We can put out a song and they can say, I don't like it so much, but they still listen to it. So we can call the bluff. That's the good thing.
So if you're sat next to somebody on a plane and you get chatting and you mention that you're a musician and they've never heard of Sabaton, and they're like, okay, play me something, what would you play them first?
Yeah, I would simply, I would have done my little research about the person itself to understand what song fits best, because Sabaton is so much more than one song or one style or one genre or one direction. Yeah. And that is the let's say we have been not struggling with it, but it's been a fact that Sabaton has been branded as a power metal band. And I didn't think that Sabaton ever was a power metal band. I think that the 2 main characteristics of a power metal band is a high-pitched singers and fantasy lyrics. And Sabaton never, ever had anything of that. Yeah. So in that case, I do not see Sabaton as a power metal band. And then listening to our music, there's a lot of people say, oh, Sabaton is a power metal band because they sound like that. I'm like, oh, excuse me. We have so many different styles in our music. We have taken inspiration from so much, and you can find a lot in our albums, and they are very varied. So I just think that Sabaton is a rock or a metal band, and simple as that. And if I would present it to somebody, I would have an idea about what kind of music do you normally listen to. And then I would present that song that fits good into that people. Or if they like a specific type of story, maybe I would play a song that resonates, that they can somehow relate to. Maybe like a song about their home country or something like that. I don't have there's not like a song that you can take out that some bands said, this is our best song, this is the one you should listen to. For us, it's very different. And I think it pretty clearly shows also, again, looking at statistics, that we have so many songs that people are actually always listening to. You can compare us to other bands, and they have a couple of songs that are their number 1 or top 5 or whatever, and the rest is a big drop. It's not really like that for Sabaton. We have so many songs that people are really liking and listening to. That's great. I mean, we first of all, it's a proof that we've written a lot of good songs, but that comes to a lot of artists. But I also know, again, the numbers behind it, and when it comes to that, we outmatch basically anything. And that is not because we write better songs, because it doesn't work like that. It's because our fans are more connected to the band than other fans connecting to their bands.
So what's next for you now? Like, you got this tour done and dusted? It's
finished. We finished it last night in New York. It was a great ending. Now we go back to Europe, and we have a special project, which is still super secret, and that we're gonna do. We're gonna be in the UK a couple of days. Then we have a tour in Australia coming up, and after that, the Sabaton cruise. And then we do the second part of the Swedish tour, a tour which is still ridiculous, and a lot of people are like wondering what the fuck we are doing, because most people think that Sweden consists of Stockholm, Gothenburg, and few people have also heard about Malmö, the third biggest town. But we just play 50 cities in Sweden and sell them all out. And so we have another arena tour in Sweden coming up with 20 more cities. It's we play cities where so little people live, and we still sell the arenas. I'm currently in New York City, and there lives more people in Manhattan than all of Sweden, and we are able to do 50 arenas.
Amazing.
So if you take that into comparison, what we would be doing, we played at the Hammerstein Ballroom or Hammerstein, something like that, last night, and imagine we would do 50 shows like that in Manhattan. That's pretty much what we are doing in Sweden.
Wow. It sounds like world domination is on the cards.
It's coming.
It's
slowly.
I have faith in you, my friend.
Yeah, we are on a good path, I think. I'm quite confident about that.
Yeah, I think you should be. Well, congratulations on all the success. And we look forward to seeing you back in Montreal at some point, maybe after the next album. But in the meantime, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
We're definitely gonna come back. So no worries about that. Thank you so much. And we'll talk later. I'm gonna go and catch a flight now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bon voyage, as they say in Quebec.
Thank you. Have a good day.